All right.
Crossing Raven.
All right. So we are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days.
Yes.
Shit was radical.
Very radical.
Right, we had to
It was
restart.
horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Yeah.
It's like
There
deja
you
vu. It's like deja vu.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like deja vu.
I have no clue what that was about.
Deja vu.
All right.
It's deja vu.
All right, now let's do it again. All right. Welcome. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Thunderdome. I am your host. I'm your pilot, and you know exactly why we are all gathered here this Thursday morning. All right, we got wonderful work we must do to save this great country of ours from the evil clutches of Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons, who we all understand are hell-bent on destroying this great country of ours. But before we get into that, let's take care of some very important housekeeping items. As I said earlier, it's going to be an abbreviated show, so we're only going to do an hour, and then I got to get up and go. That rhymes, actually. I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media, hands down. There's nobody more honest than me. The second H is because I'm humble. Listen, we're all human beings, right? No one's perfect, and if I get it wrong, I'll be the first one to apologize. But here's the thing. MAGA is here to stay. Okay, fair enough. Here's the thing. Just because your feelings are hurt, like Ray's feelings in the comment section, just because your feelings are hurt, it doesn't mean I owe you an apology. 100% of the time, most likely, it means you need to sit your special behinds down and listen to this special broadcast. Seriously. And then the last and final H, ladies and gentlemen, which we all know is the most important H of them all. It is because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. Now, like I said, many of you are very familiar with what we do. We hold up a mirror to Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons like Ray, who are afraid to actually get in the box at this point because I've totally destroyed them over the years. They don't want to get in the box and actually have a serious discussion. They just want to get in the box and show the world how disgusting and vile they are, and then try to pretend like they're victims. We don't allow Trump supporters to be victims over here. And then after yesterday, you know, we had the guy, Bah. Remember Bah? He got in my box. We don't let people who directly support Donald Trump or indirectly support Donald Trump become victims around here, all right? And so they go, well, what do you mean by that, Zeus? I say, well, if you voted for Donald Trump, we're going to get you and hold you accountable. But then you got some people out here who think they're clever, hiding in the, oh, I didn't vote for Donald Trump. Well, who'd you vote for? I voted for some third-party person. Okay, so in other words, you just couldn't bring yourself to vote for Vice President Kamala Harris. Yeah, I take offense to that, and maybe I shouldn't take offense to it, but I take offense to it right now because I just don't understand how you couldn't vote for for Vice President Kamala Harris. I mean, what the heck did she do that rubbed you the wrong way? Seriously, right? And you can't hold her accountable for what Joe Biden did. Joe Biden is his own person. He's the president. And so with that being said, I'll just say this. If you're a Trump voter out here, you might want to leave this live and go hang out with those fake TikTok hosts because they'll lie to you like Snuggles tried to. All right. And I dealt with Snuggles the other day. He's mad, ladies and gentlemen. Snuggles is mad because I let him in my box for about 3 seconds and then I dropped him. Right. And he got so mad. I don't care. You go hang out with them because they'll lie to you. And then after they lie to you, they'll take your money and then they'll go, now come on back tomorrow. There's more where that came from, right? They'll go do that. But over here, we won't lie to you. All right. And so, like I said, if you don't want that to happen to you, you don't want your feelings hurt, leave right now because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable for you. I promise you it will. But get this, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Right.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the doors to the Thunderdome, they've officially closed. To my mutuals, grab your shields or grab your weapons, all right? Because sparks are going to start flying. But for the MAGA demons, just stay right where you're at. I'll take good care of you. And that's a huge W, Zeus. Oh, I see MAGAs crawling out from underneath the rocks. I've seen Wild Man sneak up in here and try to get some kibble. I've seen DJ sneak in here and try to get some kibble. I'm pretty sure Tiny Tank Top Tim is in here hovering over the kibble bowl that we've left out for these demons, all right? And then Latinos for Trump. So I'm so glad you're here finally. Where have you been, DJ? during the whole time the Epstein files have been front and center. It's like you went and tucked tail, and it's just sad. When we need the so-called alpha males on the right, I say that, and I'm joking, obviously, to actually show us they got some spine in them. Nowhere to be found. I've never been so disappointed in you, bro. And I would warm up the lake of fire for you, but I got other things to discuss. But you ought to be really ashamed of yourself, DJ. You had so many opportunities to get out here and actually address some of the things that are really just doing a number on this country. And so what I'll do is I'll just get started on some of the things that I think are very important. One, and it's been going on for a few days now, a couple of days, Democrats are doing something I would say is real patriotic. They're telling people in the military to refuse illegal orders. And so we'll get this on the record.
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly. Representative Chris DeLuzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow. I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Okay.
Former Navy. Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
And the intelligence community.
True.
who take risks each day to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
True.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk. This administration is pitting our uniformed military
And intelligence community professionals.
against American citizens. Like us, you all swore an oath.
To protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad, but from right here at home. Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law.
Or our Constitution.
We know this is hard and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
In the Army or Navy,
The Air Force.
your vigilance is critical.
and know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
The American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws.
our Constitution and who we are as Americans. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
Don't give up the ship. W to the Democrats. Because that's what real patriotism looks like and feels like, sounds like, tastes like, is like, right? If you are in the armed services, please really do an assessment. And if you feel like the administration you're working for, and do it according to the law, all right? Because that's what they want you to do, is try to break the law and not take orders. But listen, we all know what's going on right now. These unauthorized military strikes in the Caribbean and in the Eastern Pacific, and they're just erasing innocent people off the face of the earth. And they're not giving us any kind of explanation for it. And then I hear, they got some sort of covert operation plan through the CIA. Trump approved it for the CIA to go into another country, Venezuela, I suppose, and just do a number and just totally get us tied into another war. And I say, this is the same guy running around here talking about he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. This is what I mean. And then you got ICE agents out here doing unimaginable, unethical. I mean, it's really sad. Because we've gone from a place in this country, all right? I'm pushing an insurrection. Let me ask you something, you demon. You think I'm pushing an insurrection? Find me one time when Barack Obama, all right, or Joe Biden invited a bunch of their supporters to the United States Capitol and did some of the most unimaginable crimes ever done in the United States. If you could find me that, I'll apologize. And I'll say, yeah, I am what you said I am. But in the meantime, I need you to just zip it, all right? And let me finish saying what I'm saying. So I just played an amazing video of Democrats saying, hey, don't obey unlawful orders to our men and women in uniform. Because unlike, in other countries where a person could be a dictator until they basically pass away or something happen, Donald Trump is not going to be here. And then you're going to have to live with the results of your crimes, right? So it's common sense. And what did Donald Trump do this morning? He posted this, quote, "This is really bad and dangerous to our country." And I'm saying it in a nice way, but you know how Trump sounds. "Their words cannot be allowed to stand. Seditious behavior from traitors. Lock them up. Question mark, question mark, question mark. President DJT." And so with that being said, I said, you know what? I got to give it to you, Donald Trump. You have found an impressive way to always get me to send you straight to hell every morning. And so what we'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen, because Donald Trump is the last person that should be talking about sedition in this country, considering just all the things I can't even think of a day Donald Trump has been president, especially this term, where he hasn't been breaking the laws and going against the Constitution. And so what I'll do is this for all the crybabies in my audience, and they know who they are. They're crying right now. What am I about to do? I'm about to send your dear leader where he belongs. Where, Zeus? Where? Straight to hell!
Silence, you MAGA demon.
W, Zeus. MAGA doesn't get this. The reason that this show is the way that I do it now is because they're too afraid to get up here and actually, try to seem intelligent without crashing out. And so what we do is we just show them what's happening in America and show them who's doing it. And then we get down to business. And so now I just showed you and told you about why you shouldn't follow unlawful orders, right? And I give you a good example of what I mean. Now, this is a sad story. A family of a man that was found unalived by ICE is suing DHS. And so we'll get this on the record because this is an example of what we're saying. Unlawful orders. How on earth did this happen?
Family of a detainee who died at the Moshannon Valley Immigration Processing Center in Clearfield County is filing a federal lawsuit. They claim the Department of Homeland Security has provided no information on what happened. Gary Sinderson has our story.
This past August, just a few miles from the Moshannon Valley Processing Center, dozens demonstrating against the facility after a detainee there died a few days earlier.
Wow.
Personally, I don't believe that any facilities like this should be run by private corporations whose sole goal, by definition, is to earn money. And at this point, I don't really believe that the federal government is listening to anybody that doesn't agree with them.
Wow.
The man who died at the facility is Chao-Feng Ge, and his family now says the federal government isn't listening to them. In fact, they claim the feds aren't saying anything about the death and have ignored court deadlines to file any response. So now, in an attempt to find out what happened, Ge's brother is filing a Freedom of Information Act lawsuit against the Department of Homeland Security. According to the suit, Ge was found dead at the Moshannon Valley facility on August 5th with his hands and legs tied behind his back. The suit claims Ge was isolated beforehand at the facility with no staff communicating with him.
So that's enough of that. He's found tied up, unalived in an ICE facility. Yeah, and DHS, they're not giving any answers to the family about this. This is what we're saying when we're talking about unlawful orders. And this is the Trump administration, ladies and gentlemen, doing, and I say it and they think I'm saying, no, this is war crime type of behavior. And we need accountability. And unfortunately, we are in the situation we're in right now where normally I would say vote for the Democrats or, because this is what the Democrats stand for, because people always say, Zeus, what are the, I was in Dame's Live yesterday. What are the things the Democrats stand for? I'm like this. If you're still asking that question right now, while this country is like basically unraveling right before our very eyes, you won't have a country, all right, without the Democrats, right? And if you're still confused about what the Democrats stand for, obviously you're not out here paying attention. What we're trying to do is stop Donald Trump from destroying the entire country and then the world, all right? And we're not going to allow him to do it. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire. This is to the ICE agents, and I asked them yesterday, if you're working for ICE, you might be a good person, but y'all got to start holding leadership accountable, all right? Hey, I can't work here anymore because stories like this, it doesn't make this a place that I want to be proud to say I work for, but I know that goes right over a lot of y'all heads because y'all love worshiping the devil. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons where they belong, straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
W Zeus. Yeah. Now, we're going to go move on to DJs. And I know DJ is here because I saw him this morning in Wild Man and Latinos for Donald Trump. And I'm starting to understand the thing that bonds you all to Donald Trump so closely. And I'm paying attention to it. I'm so sorry I'm tardy to the party about it, but I really do believe the thing that bonds most conservative men to Donald Trump is Donald Trump's misogyny. Yeah. Am I lying? It's Donald Trump's misogyny, the way that he talks to women and the way that he treats women. All right? And so, you know, I did a video when he did the whole what did he call her, piggy, quiet piggy? But this isn't a unique thing Donald Trump has done. He's been doing this for years, and you just got to ask yourself, especially, you know, I showed you about Bubba. And so you start to wonder, maybe there's more to Donald Trump than we know. Maybe Donald Trump isn't interested in women, to be quite honest. I mean, if you look at the cabinet, and I did a video about it, and I did a show about it, we've already uncovered there's a lot of things going on this app called Grindr, right? You've heard about it. There's a lot of things going on this app called Grindr with the conservatives, male creatures, all right? And you start to think to yourself, why do they talk to these women like this? And I think it's because, you know, a lot of them are on the down low. And, you know, you can look at J.D. Vance. They call him Little Smokey. You know, they call him a Demon Queen. You know, Marco Rubio, Scott Bassett. I mean, the thing is, if you would just live your truth, none of us would have to go through all this pain and suffering, because we're going to figure out what's really going on. And so what we'll do is, I'm going to play this for the women out there, the conservative women out there who voted for Donald Trump. And then I just have one question. How could you vote for this? Bear with me. Hold on, bear with me. Sometimes, you know. All right, hold on. Here we go.
You wouldn't have your job if you weren't beautiful. It's very sad.
It must be a pretty picture you dropped into.
And I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face.
She's gotten a little bit large. I don't think you should dress like you weigh 120 pounds.
I don't want to sound too much like a chauvinist, but when I come home and dinner's not ready, I go through the roof.
A person who's flat-chested is very hard to be a 10.
She ate like a pig.
You could see there was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever. The boob job is terrible. You know, they look like two light bulbs coming out of a body.
Is unattractive both inside and out. I fully understand why her former husband left her for a man.
Maybe she should feel that way.
There are a lot of women out there that, you know, demand that the husband act like the wife.
I've said that if Ivanka were my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. She's really a beautiful baby. She's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell.
What happens if Marla gained this kind of weight? Would you drop her?
I'd say start working out.
I have no respect for her. I don't think she's very good. I would say she's in the 4 or 5 category. I like the way she used to look. I don't like the way she looks now.
There are 2 other women now who claim that there'd been sexual harassment.
They probably do love their names splashed across the front pages. You say, oh, hello, darling, how are you? And you get sued because you've destroyed somebody's life. It's ridiculous.
You have a young woman that was in his room, his hotel room, late in the evening at her own will. You have a young woman who was seen dancing for the beauty contest, dancing with a big smile on her face.
Planned Parenthood should absolutely be defunded.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
There has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah.
Do you think she felt pressure to come back after 3 weeks?
I don't think so. I think she loves her job.
She wouldn't have felt a need to do that because you might have replaced her otherwise.
No. Although it's an interesting premise.
I have been better to women than any of these candidates, frankly.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear how Donald Trump talks to women and disrespects them. And again, I want to encourage. I want to say this because I continue to encounter some of the conservative women on the right. I call them the CWs out there. They need to honestly, Rick, I need y'all to stop pretending like you're okay with this kind of conduct, because when what I've noticed is if they feel like a Democrat is being rude or disrespectful to them, they'll go, oh, you don't respect women. This is their claim. And I'm talking to the conservative women out there. They have no problem saying a man is being disrespectful when it's a Democrat. But for some strange reason, they're not processing that when you allow Donald Trump to get away with what he's doing, you're giving every man out there permission. And it's sad because most men know, even if you give us permission, we shouldn't do it. But the alpha males out there that y'all love to prop up, they see you doing that and they go, she is okay with us disrespecting her. And this is why I'm out here saying, ladies, please stop it. Stop pretending like you're okay with this toxic alpha male stuff. You're not. You're not, okay? And so in the meantime, and in between time, what I'll do, and to the men as well, stop it, because you know the difference between right and wrong. And just because somebody says you could do it doesn't mean you should do it. Control yourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, let me warm up this lake of fire, because I'm not falling for the okie doke like they like to try to pretend. I know what they did to Kobe Bryant. You remember what they did to him? We know what they did to all the other entertainers out here, especially the black ones. Join me in sending these demons where they belong, straight to hell. Am I lying? Am I lying?
Silence, you MAGA demon.
W. Zeus. I saw the movie Rosewood. I saw what all it takes is one of those statements, and there they go. I've seen it, so don't pretend like it's okay. And to the guys out there, stop doing it, because it's never going to be acceptable. I get it. Donald Trump tries to normalize it and make you think it's going to work out, but it won't. Trust me, you will be held accountable. That's a huge W, Zeus. If I'm lying, I'm willing to stand corrected if I'm lying, but you know, that's just how it is. I've learned a lot of things over the years, all right? Trust me. Now, let's move on to Attorney General Scam Blondie is what they call her, all right? And we're going to listen to, I guess, you know, Donald Trump says he's going to release the files, but there's a lot of questions out there circling about when that's going to happen and what that will look like. And the reason there's a lot of concern right now is because of, and you could just hear it for yourself, and then we'll get straight to judgment.
On the Epstein files, does the new investigation by the Southern District of New York U.S. Attorney prevent the department from releasing all of the remaining files?
So we have released over 33,000 Epstein documents to the Hill, and we'll continue to follow the law and to have maximum transparency. Also, we will always encourage all victims to come forward.
The next steps, Madam Attorney General, for the DOJ regarding what we assume President Trump will sign into law with the Epstein files? Is this going to be on the Justice Department website? What are you doing here over the next 30 days, as we understand it?
We will continue to follow the law with maximum transparency while protecting victims.
When you say follow the law, Madam Attorney General, do you mean that you will provide all the files by 30 days?
We will follow the law. The law passed both chambers last evening. It has not yet been signed, but we will continue to follow the law, again, while protecting victims, but also providing maximum transparency.
Madam Attorney General, the DOJ statement earlier this year saying that the files would not release mentioned the fact that the review of the documents and the evidence did not suggest that any additional investigation of third parties was warranted. What changed since then that you launched this investigation?
Information that has come for information. There's information new information, additional information, and again, we will continue to follow the law, to investigate any leads. If there are any victims, we encourage all victims to come forward, and we will continue to provide maximum transparency under the law.
Wedding, Madam General. On Ryan Wedding, you mentioned...
Madam Attorney General, the issue with the new information that you just indicated, is the department seeking information perhaps from the Epstein estate, because Mr. Blanche did not have that information when he interviewed Ghislaine Maxwell? What new information, and would you limit the new investigation to just those named persons that the president talked about, or is this a broad, open-ended investigation?
I would refer to the Deputy Attorney General's post that he put out on X, and we're not going to say anything else on that because now it is a pending investigation in the Southern District of New York. But you're on point.
Wow. So obviously, Pam Bondi, aka Scam Blondie, is basically, in my opinion, setting herself up for prison, some hardcore prison time, because what we're not getting is consistency, right? We're not getting consistency from the Attorney General's office, the Department of Justice. whether it's this situation or the James Comey situation or the Letitia James situation, it's perpetual gaslighting coming out of Pam Bondi. What concerns me is, how can Donald Trump sit on Fox News and say, yeah, I'm going to release MLK, I'm going to release JFK, and then I'm going to release the Epstein. Oh, that one, not so much. Remember that interview? And then we've all went through it. The files are sitting on my desk. The publicity stunt, you got these right-wing content creators. They go in there, they get the binders. It's the same data that Joe Biden had already released, just put into a binder. And like some clowns, these people on the right ran out here. And then there's going to be phase 2. Remember, we were promised phase 2. Thank you, Adele. I appreciate it. And then, July comes. Before July, it was May. Attorney General Pam Bondi goes and meets with Donald Trump and says, hey, bro, you know what? There's one name all over these files, and it's yours, all right? I mean, you're really all in these files. And what happened? Pam, get back in there. My name is not in those files. That's what he told her. It's a hoax, Pam. My name's not in the files. Donald Trump said this. Go back and tell them there's nothing to investigate. And what did she do? She came out and lied to the American people. Hope you enjoy your nothing burger, DJ. Wow. That's how do you manage to get to a new level of low, DJ? DJ, do you think the survivors are all part of a big hoax, DJ? DJ, really, honestly, use whatever brain cells you have left. Do you really think the survivors are a hoax? Do you think you think Epstein is you probably think Epstein's a fake person, right? A figment of your imagination, right, DJ? It's disgusting. You love being lied to. And then you will call me a liar. Zeus, you just spread lies all day. Well, okay, if that's the case, maybe that explains why you're here too, DJ, because if you believe I'm lying a lot, that means you also like it if I'm lying to you. I don't know how your mind works, but it's broken. All right, here's the thing, DJ. Pam Bondi said the investigations were going to end back in July. And here we are at the instructions of Donald Trump. Now she's looking into Democrats. And Democrats, actually, some people are actually losing their jobs, having to resign as a result of just having ties. And then there's Stacey Plaskett out there, and you are all doing a number on her, especially Scott Jennings. But Chet, you will say it's a nothing burger. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire. This is so easy to do. You see how easy it is to make MAGA look ridiculous? All you got to do is just let them talk. Explain yourselves. And the sad part is, each time I ask them to explain themselves, they can't do it without lying. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending DJ and the rest of his friends in the audience where they belong. Straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And that's a huge W, Zeus. I'm looking at the time. All right, I got to get to the audience. But there's one story that I can't let go untold. And this is for you, DJ, and all the demons out there. And actually, any Blaga folks out there, and any of the Latino folks, especially the men. This is a story that I really need you to follow me on, all right? Because this is what I'm talking about. Poor Zeus. Somebody must have cooked him this morning, Jeff Johnson. No, Jeff. I'm doing the cooking. I'm the chef, Jeff. Relax. All right? Pay attention to what I'm saying, Jeff, because you could be next in this particular situation. Does anybody know who this is? Does anybody know who this woman is? Does anybody know who that is? I know they don't. But I know a lot of the Blaga and the men out there. They see this woman. They go, oh, yeah. It's a little cute woman out there. And they would fall for the okie doke, the one that I've been talking about, the master manipulation. But I'm going to go ahead and reveal, and you may have heard this story, all right, but I'm going to reveal it. This is a former staffer for Representative Jeff Van Drew, a Republican in New Jersey, and she turned out to have been indicted for allegedly fabricating a wild story about being physically attacked. So this is why I say don't listen to these people. Half these folks out here, they've lost their mind. Let's listen to what this is, and this is proof. This is what I'm saying. This is proof that the demon is real. The MAGA demon is real. Because only a person possessed with the MAGA demon could pull this off. So let's listen to this Natalie Greene story.
A former staffer for New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew is charged with conspiracy. Federal prosecutors say she staged a political attack on herself. A warning, some of the photos from the incident are graphic. Prosecutors say 26-year-old Natalie Greene of Ocean City claimed 3 men tied her up at gunpoint inside of a nature preserve in Egg Harbor Township in July. Prosecutors allege Greene paid someone to stage the incident. Greene was found inside the park with her hands tied, cuts on her body, and derogatory words written on her. Congressman Van Drew's office responded saying Greene is no longer associated with the office and they hope she gets the care that she needs.
Care she needs. Y'all want to know what she wrote on herself?
Seizures today. Top of the morning to the young man in the top.
Hold on. Y'all want to know what she had written on her? Look at this. She had somebody, ladies and gentlemen, professionally do that to her. That's demon marks. Aren't those demon marks? Those are demon marks. And then look at what they wrote on her. Look what they wrote on her. Huh. I can't even leave it up there because you know TikTok might get on me. But you saw, I've seen that in a lot of movies where folks get possessed with a demon, right? They start scratching on themselves. Trump's W on her belly. I mean, you know, Tupac had Thug Life on his belly, and that was for a real good cause. But I was struggling to wrap my mind around, but what could Trump's W mean? And again, ladies and gentlemen, don't fall for it. You know the devil comes in a red dress. This is her. This is her. And this is why I keep telling you so-called conservative women, stop lying and pretending like you're okay with stuff that you're not, because it's not true. But even more concerning is the men out there. Stop falling for it. All right? Stop falling for it. 3 men tied me up. Did you hear anything about an immigrant doing it? Wasn't an immigrant that she was trying to put that on. Because guess what? The immigrants really ain't the problem. She's the problem. And guess what she is? A MAGA demon, a Trump voter. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pleasure that I have to do it. I have to do it because as much as I'm trying to be respectful of the women, because I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, I got to be respectful of you. But when this kind of conduct occurs, I'm not dealing with Natalie because Natalie might be a great person. But the demon that she allowed to enter into her, I'm dealing with it. Hey, demon. I rebuke you. Get out of Natalie. And every one of these other people in America. Get out of these women and men out here in America, you MAGA demon that has torn all these families apart, ruined this great country. Natalie was weak. She didn't have the truth in her that she needed. And you saw it and you prayed upon it. And then you guess what? You went and did what you did. You got her to mark herself up and write something very disgusting on herself. I rebuke you, demon. And you know what that means. I got to send you where you belong. Where you sending them, Zeus? Straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And if I need to perform an exorcist, and if I need to perform an exorcism on the MAGA demon, I'm more than willing to do it at this moment, because when you hear and see things like that, you understand very plainly. When we get these Trump voters in the box and we start trying to talk to them, you now understand why we can't talk to them. Because guess what? They are gone. They're not there. It's just their vessel. What we're encountering is the demon. And the demon, depending on who it is, some of it's really high-level MAGA demon. And you got some low-level demon. I call low-level demon. A good example of a low-level demon is DJ. All right? Snuggles got actually a lot more than DJ, but you get what I'm saying. You're not talking to them. You're talking to the demon, and that's a huge W for Zeus. All right? All right, I got to talk to the audience this morning, all right, and open up the boxes, all right? And so let's see, do we have anybody else out there to talk to before I get up out of here? Make sure you go and look this stuff up. Make sure you go and look everything that I'm sharing with you. Go look this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen, all right? Because I don't want you to just say, oh, Zeus told me. No, go look this stuff up. You're going to go, wow, I understand now. This isn't about Democrat or Republican. This is about real evil going on in this country under the guise of politics. All right, let's go to the box, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, DJ, I thought you wanted to come up. Look at DJ Rand, ladies and gentlemen. W. Zeus. I was going. And why are you God, jury, and executioner? It should be judge, jury, and executioner, Mike. And the reason that I am that is because you failed to do your job, and so I now have to do my job. All right, and I didn't apply for this position, Mike. Y'all, because you vacated your duties and your obligations, someone had to pick up the slack, right, bro? And I just happened to be the one that picked up the slack, and I said, if I have to be Mike's worst nightmare, in order for Mike to come out of the darkness into the light, I have no problem doing that. W. Zeus. Now, I hope I answered your question, Mike, but you're more than welcome. Come on up here. I'll answer it real quickly and tell me where I hurt your feelings at. What part of the show hurt your feelings, Mike? All right, I'd love to know. I'm willing to solicit some feedback, all right, because feedback, I understand, is a gift if I use it that way. But Mike didn't want to come up here either because I think Mike understands. Just like DJ. They both understand that I'm winning and they're not. W. Zeus. Easy. All right, good morning. Who do we have here? Orlando, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm all right. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm sorry you caught me off guard.
I'm sorry. Well, it's a quick show this morning, and so I'm trying to get through whoever I can, and then I'm out of here.
I see. Okay. I'm still digesting all the truth that is being brought out right now.
Oh, you're still digesting all the truth that I brought out. Well, that's fair enough. That's fair. It's a lot to handle, right?
It is. And it's a shame that I wake up in the morning and every morning I turn the news on to find out what's going on today.
Yeah.
How can I be surprised again today? What low has we've gone to today?
Yeah.
What low has another person gone to today?
Yeah.
Is it going to be a man, a woman, a child? What's going to happen? Who did it and why?
Yeah. This is a sad situation that we've gotten into, brother. And, I look at it the same way you look at it. And I say, obviously, we failed a lot of people as a nation, especially when it comes to education, and right? A lot of people don't know better. And this is being reflected in how they think, how they talk. You know what I mean?
Yes. And I'm going to tell you again why you surprised me just now by bringing me up. Because I honestly didn't think I would be brought up to the end. Because I didn't want to interrupt your flow, especially in the beginning.
Fair enough.
Because I've been trying to get up here for this is my third time on your show.
Right.
And I've told you before that I've been listening to you for a long time. Never have I once heard you utter a lie.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Okay?
I appreciate that, Orlando. You're doing God's work. I mean that.
But you're going to hate me in a minute.
Why?
I heard you actually tell one lie.
Tell me it.
You said, you said verbatim that you come here Monday through Friday, and tell the truth. And, I give you guys everything I have all the time, Monday through Friday.
True.
You lied.
How you figure?
Because you must have forgot that occasional Saturday that you came up and you had a phenomenal show.
Thank you. I gotta give it to you, Orlando. You're doing God's work. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. I mean, there's not a lot of honest people out here like you. You got in my box. You told the truth. And you didn't even mention anything about you being more handsome than Big Zeus, because I got a lot of haters out there that do that, all right? And, so I got to say thank you, all right?
You're welcome, but I do have to tell you, every time you drop that, the handsome thing,
yeah.
My wife is like, well, he hasn't seen you yet.
Oh, please, Orlando, please. Orlando, all right? Now you got to knock it off right there, all right?
but please, go ahead and get back to cooking and booking, and I'm gonna keep listening.
Fair enough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my good friend Orlando.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No lies detected. Wow. Alrighty then, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, who do we got? My good friend Ari. Welcome, Ari. Long time no see. How are you?
Good morning, Zeus. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. What about you?
Doing well. It's Thursday, and I have to keep reminding myself what day of the week it is because I keep getting. I was off Monday and Tuesday, so my entire week is off as far as days.
Really? Oh my goodness. Well, listen, it's an honor to have you here, all right? And, I've been seeing you through the TikTok streets. You've been doing a good job, but is there anything going on you would like to actually speak on, this lovely Thursday morning, all right? Yeah. We don't get to hear from you.
I know. I'm at least always listening in. I don't always have time to walk outside and not be surrounded where people can hear me in my office. Yeah. Red state, red problems, right? Yeah, so did you see the new Bureau of Labor Statistics unemployment data was released this morning?
I did, but you know what? Go ahead, please weigh into it, because people need to know. Honestly, they need to know.
We're at a 4.4 unemployment rate, so it ticked up from August. And of course, This is just for September's data. Yeah. October's data will not be released, and it will be until December 16th, and it will be combined with November's data. What we saw is a loss of 20,000 manufacturing jobs. We saw that they adjusted August numbers to not show a job growth, but now we have a net loss in August jobs. Second loss in the year of 2025. Again, we haven't seen job losses since 2020 during C19.
Wow.
And transportation industry also down. So how is that going for y'all truckers? And I don't mean that in a rude way. I hope you guys find work.
Well, the good truckers, right? But with the bad truckers, the ones that voted for Donald Trump, we don't necessarily care, right? I mean, there has to be some punishment. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. So job numbers not looking good. The Fed is saying that they're not wanting to lower interest rates in December. It's more people are saying they don't want to lower interest rates than not. So the Fed's arguing about that. Donald Trump also presented Russia and Ukraine with a 26-point plan to end their war, which requires Ukraine to give up Donbass, to give up all 4 regions to Russia, and for all of the regions that Russia hasn't fully claimed, Ukraine has to pull out of, and Russia is not allowed to militarize it, and Ukraine has to cut their military forces.
Wow, that sounds like a plan for surrender. That's not a plan for peace. That's a plan for surrender. And Donald Trump crafted this genius plan himself. Wow.
And his reasoning for giving the Donbass region to Russia is that, well, Ukraine's going to lose it anyways if the war continues, so might as well give it up now. And Russia is given no concessions.
Wow. I mean, it's really at a point now where you just have to ask yourself, what team is Donald Trump playing for? Is he playing for America or is he playing for Russia, right?
we knew the whole time, and he let the cat out of the bag when he put on that True Social post saying that I thought Russia was gonna win it in 2 weeks. I'm very disappointed in Putin. He didn't win it in 2 weeks.
Wow. Yeah. So we know he's a Russian operative, all right? I mean, and it's just it's so sad that we've lost so much standing throughout the world as a result of Donald Trump's failed leadership.
Yeah, he's doing something. I don't know what it is, but we do know what it is, and so I just thought I'd let everybody know about the Bureau of Labor Statistics data if they hadn't read it yet. It's 44 pages from the Bureau of Labor Statistics directly, and Axios is the one that has the information about the Russia-Ukraine deal for anybody that wants to look it up.
Wow, okay. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, that's my good friend, the beautiful Ari, giving us obviously some very, very important information about what's happening in the foreign matters. All right. What do you think, honestly, though, about the current state we're in with the e-files? Do you think we're going to honestly be able to get the e-files? What do you think?
No, not at all. And see, like, I'm so glad that Pam Bondi herself mentioned that there was that part in the bill that allows them to redact information from it. And they reopened an investigation. So any mentions of Trump are just going to be pulled out of the files or redacted just so.
Did I lose you?
General public, and then they could just say it's under an investigation.
Wow.
Sorry, did I cut out?
I think I heard it did cut out, but it could be my end. I don't know. Wow. So, but say it again.
Okay.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, but basically, as long as they have it in those files, they get to redact out information.
Yeah, for some reason I don't know
if it's
I think
me
the
or
live
you.
is glitching.
Is it me?
I think the live is glitching. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, glitch talk.
Yeah.
It's me. They're saying, okay, well, that's all right. Just, we're not going to get the files. I won't hold you up on my glitch talk.
Okay. All right. Well, then listen. Thank you very much, Ari. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Ari a huge round of applause. I have no clue what's going on with TikTok this morning, but we're going to make it through the show whether you like it or not. Oh, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. All righty then. Thank you so much, Ari, and we will check in with you again. Wow, it looks like the app is different than it was.
All right, man.
All right. I think I heard you say all right. W for Ari. Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, the live clearly is acting up this morning. All right. Let's see. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump voter. I'll bring you right on up here. We don't got much time to deal with this, ladies and gentlemen. Do we have any Trump voters out there? Let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh no. It is glitching. Yeah, I see it. It's really doing a number. Let's see. Who do we have? Carnella, good morning. Welcome to the show. Carnella, are you there? Welcome.
Yeah, I'm here, but I'm driving.
Well, we don't want you to get into trouble. Okay, let's not do that. But come on back, Carnella. All right, come on back. Wow, oh wow. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this app. Let's see. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Shannon. Welcome. It's an update. Okay.
I'll make it quick. I'm not a T supporter, but I'll make it quick just to back up Ari. The only safety net we have is that they have some sort of clause in there that they have to give an explanation for every redaction.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that?
I did hear about that part in the Epstein Transparency Act, right?
Yes, which is a good thing. So, I mean, do they have to hold up to that? I don't know, but that is my only hope right now, because I think that, like she said, he signed it, but then she'll say it's an investigation and we can't release anything. The only hope is that redaction. I think that's why Mike Johnson was so pissed off about it.
Well, but the thing is, I still think they're going to drag this all out, and then there's going to be a lot of court battles, because I just don't see Donald Trump releasing the files and being 110% transparent. What do you think?
Well, I think that he signed it because he can say, well, I signed it. I said I was going to sign it. I did what I wanted them out, because that's the usual, Auntie M's Mall pretzel factory spoon they give. But I also think that if we would just let the victims speak their truth, they obviously know who did this to them, and not silence them and keep them silenced. I think that would be, coming from the horse's mouth would be the ideal thing to do. I don't know why they have them silenced when it's their own story. That's quite disturbing to not be able to share their own experience,
Yeah, I completely agree. And you know what? We'll see how it all plays out. I'm worried about Pam Bondi. I don't think she's going to be moving at the speed of light, to be honest with you. I think she's going to pull every stop out to make this as stressful as possible for all of us, all right?
Well, they have 30 days, right? 30 days to deliver it?
Yeah, but
a lot can be done in 30.
Exactly, because I hear I hear they've already scrubbed the files, right? And that's kind of something we definitely need to be on the lookout for.
Well, the only other saving grace, or maybe, is that the way Epstein's brother is trickling out these emails, that he trickles out the big dog that takes everyone in that space. And it's not just he, it's everyone, every man or woman that has done this to young men or women, or women and or men. It needs to be dealt with, I don't care who they are.
Bingo.
I don't care. Right. Anyway, but thanks for your time.
Well, you're welcome. I'm so
have
sorry.
Have an awesome day.
You too, ladies and gentlemen. Shannon, wow.
Thanks. See you later.
Bye-bye. Wow. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Another truth teller. Oh, my goodness. No lies detected. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, listen up. I don't know what's happening with TikTok this morning, but Big Zeus does have to run. You all deserve a round of applause. I honestly do have to get up and go, but I'll be back here tomorrow, same Zeus time, same Zeus channel, and hopefully TikTok gets this act together. Am I freezing? It looks like I'm freezing. I don't know. Okay. All right. And so on that note, you all deserve a huge round of applause. Thank you for tuning in this morning. All right. Thank you to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. But I also got to give one last round of booze and shame, and you know exactly who this goes out to. This goes out to all the Zeus haters, and they know exactly who they are, and no explanation needed. Do better.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, we are out of here.
Yeah. Gotta wake the chain up. Get injected with some power. Pull some strings. And level up.
Oh, you clocked out for me? Oh, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll finish it up. Let's go. Have a great rest of your
from the trenches, now we ballin' at the top. Wisdom in the gym, presidential, walk the ops. Drip too saucy, got the fit, thick and real different. 1600 on the throne, out here looking brilliant.
Thank you, Ian. Let's go. Wow. Big boss, thank you.
Bustin' moves, no name, got the game in a choke. You the guy, I'm a Lexi hitting, hit the spoke. From the Bay to DC, I keep them on their toes. Level up the blueprint.
Don't worry, tomorrow I'll do the full show. Thank you. All right, tomorrow, 5 minutes, you and me, one-on-one. It'll be an easy thing to do. Hey, posted in the Oval Office, strapping in the zone. Let's go. Have a great rest of your morning, WHAVIT.
Got my game on my necklace, level up, we take it over the spot. Get you clean, get it poppin', we ain't gon' never stop. No caffeine, yeah, 400,000, 100, 1605, presidential, we found it, posted in the Capitol.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Have a